Hello, so today we are going to do functions for those of you who do not know how functions work in Python. So we'll do functions, okay? So let's see. In the last class, we did the square program. We created a square using the turtle module, right? You see this module in Python, it is actually a program written in Python. It has a lot of features, and here is a function which is in play, which you don't know what it is doing inside. All you do is you just say turtle.forward and you give it the number of steps and it moves forward. And you see here, this is a write. It is actually a function which is inside this module turtle, and it tells the turtle to turn right. We don't know exactly how it does that. You see that line on the screen, and the line, it just comes and then it draws for you, right? So somebody has made it easy for us to make this line where we give the steps and it moves forward, then we ask it to turn right, it turns right and it moves forward. But there is some code that is running in background, which runs at a more deeper level, where it deals with pixels, where it deals with how to draw this line, where it deals with creating this window on the screen for you. There is a code that is already running in background which we don't see. Okay, so that is what functions do. Functions help you to conceal some of the code where you do the work, but you don't have to show what you're doing and somebody else can use that work. Okay, so in that, if we go in that way, I'm going to create a new file and I'm just going to create a simple function here. Okay, I'm going to get input from the user actually first. I'm getting an input from the user asking to enter a number, enter number 1, okay? And I'm going to convert this input into integer as soon as I get it. And I'm just gonna get another input from the user, okay? Which is B, okay? And then I'm going to say that I'm going to create a function called sum, which will take two values as input. Okay, it is going to take two numbers as input. Let's say I'm going to define this number 1 and number 2. This is anything that I want it to be. I can call it anything I want. I can even call it n1. I can even call it n2. Okay, and then I put a semicolon. Now this is a function block, so we indent the code forward. We don't write the code here. We write the code here. We indent it forward so that it shows that it is part of a function. Okay, and I store the result of adding in another variable called result. I create this. Again, this can be anything you want. I can even name it like this. And then I'm going to return the result back to the function. I'm going to say that whatever result you got by adding n1 and n2, you please return that back to the person who has called this function. So now I'm going to be the person who called this function. Okay, I'm going to say sum, and I'm going to store the result again in another variable called c. I'm going to call this function sum, and I'm going to say that pass whatever input the user has sent, the user after running the code, you pass that result here. You pass the parameters here, not the result, sorry. The parameters, whatever the user has sent the inputs, you send it here and please print the sum. So I'm going to say the sum of two numbers is A plus B is, and I'm just going to print the result C here. Okay, so when you call the function sum, the function, this whatever is in A and B, it passes on to N1 and N2, and the N1 and N2 get added up, the result gets passed on to this variable, and then we are returning the result back to this function. So when the function gets called, the sum A comma B gets substituted by the value, let's say 30. if you're saying a equal to 10, b equal to 20, then this gets substituted with 30 and then you get the result here. Okay, so that's a simple way how a function works. Okay, and I'm going to save my code like always, and I'm going to call some function. I already have another one that looks like I have created in the past, so I'm going to give it a new name. Okay, and I'm going to run it, run module, enter number 1, enter number 2. You see how I didn't type it properly, so I'm going to correct it. And the sum of the two numbers a plus b is 30. So there's a typo. I want it to be like this, and I'm going to run this. Okay, 10, 50, and your result is 60. Okay, now here's a small scratch animation that I created just to show how function works, right? So this is how function works. It's like a block you create. Somebody else uses that block. Okay, and I mean even we can use it. So there's a function block. You pass the values to the function and you get the result. But whatever the function does is concealed in the function box. Okay, it can be anything. So now similarly, when we created the square, you see this square program that we created? We created the square program, and then it is a sequential program where you set the side equal to 100 steps. I mean, you're creating a 100 length side for the square. Now I'm going to create a function to draw a square instead of just doing it sequentially. Okay, I'm going to say that draw a square for me, and the length of the square, maybe I'm going to pass a variable called length, or I'm just going to call it L here. Draw square L, and I'm going to take this for loop and I'm going to put it inside the square function. I'm going to put it inside the square function, and now let's see when I run this code what happens. Okay, when I run this code, okay, there's an invalid syntax. Okay. Okay, my definition of function was not correct. You have to use a define. This is the command def, and then you have to give a name to your function. Okay, so now when I run it, see, nothing happens. Why? We have given the code, it's the same code, but nothing is happening because there is a function block, but that function is not being called. Unless you call the function, nothing will happen. Okay, so now I'm going to call the function. I'm going to pass the value. So instead of 100, let's say I'm going to give 200. Okay, and then I'm going to run it. Same thing, you got the same output as you did with the for loop, right? Now I'm just going to pass the side, that variable that I saved here. Okay, I'm going to run it. So you see how function is used in this language. Functions are a very commonly used features, and if you consider programming as something that you will be doing, you are sure to use functions and you will definitely use in your work. Okay, so again let's look at this scratch. Function is like a block where you conceal what it is doing. You put all the processing inside the function. You just pass the parameters to the function and the function gives you the result. Right? It gives you the result.